There's so much to unpack just within your early, stages of recovery. And for folks who are listening to this kind of feeling maybe defeated or feeling that they know internally they want to change something, but it's so hard. What are some of those first steps, maybe looking back, that really gave you the strength to say, I need help, or I want to do something different?
Yeah, well, for me, I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? Like, I think that I had suffered in silence for 3.5 years, and I was battling something that ended up really controlling my life. And I
This was in
had
high school
this was in
before.
high school, right? And I had one of those pivotal moments where I'm like, I can't live like this. Like, this isn't what life is supposed to be like. This is awful. And what started as something so simple and almost like a coping mechanism for me and how I handled life became so controlling, right? And became something that was so overwhelming to me and was literally controlling my life. And I just knew that there was more. And there was somebody that was in my world at that time whose sister had gone through it. And he
Wow.
said, I'm really concerned. And I think that you need to get help, right? And you need to ask for help because this is probably much more severe, which it ended up being much more severe than what I even realized. But I raised my hand and I said, help me, right? Like, awareness is half the battle, right? Like, acknowledging the problem is the first step. And thankfully was able to get the support that I needed and really, start that healing journey. And that's what I've been doing. I mean, so Hope continued for 18 years, right? She lived on.
Wow.
She was, yeah, the powerhouse of a little nonprofit. We merged with the National Alliance for Eating Disorders a couple of years ago, which was just a wonderful way to continue the legacy and to make sure that she still existed, right? And had the opportunity to make a difference. But my whole professional career, I mean, I'm one of the initial team members at Advanced Recovery Systems, which is a behavioral healthcare company. We exist to help and walk alongside people to help them get well. We've helped 40,000 people in our centers since we
Wow.
started 9.5 years ago.
Oh
And
my
it's
goodness.
been unbelievable, right? And people of all walks of life, successful people, people that have had a harder past, right? People that have gone through really difficult things. And as a result, turned to drugs, alcohol, really struggled with mental health, but they all raised their hand and said, I can change too, right? But I need somebody to walk alongside me. I need people to help me. And so just like I did that, 20 plus years ago now, for myself, I've been able to, really build something and be a part of building something that's been able to be that pivotal tipping point for so many other people since then.
It's so exciting. It's exciting to see because it's like I can feel the passion. And also it kind of segues me into asking you just around, what we've kind of gone through in the last few years, getting out of the pandemic, seeing people. And I know that for a lot of the conversations we have, these brave conversations, there are people that are still kind of stuck and they're still kind of, maybe they didn't realize they had a lot of anxiety until they were, enclosed in their homes, or something happened, or they had a loss. Now, in the, recovery work that you've been part of and seen and even helped, thousands of people, what is it that or what first initial advice that you can give to somebody that is feeling that stuck, is not really seeing their potential at all, and they're kind of just like in that, swimming in that soup of uncertainty or whatever the fears are? What advice do you have for them?
Oh, so much advice. We could just stay here for the
I
rest of
know,
our time,
right?
but
This is
yeah,
feel safe.
yeah. Well, and I think there's a bigger conversation, right? Like, you don't have to be at rock bottom, or on your worst day to make a change. And I think for so many people, and I can even just reflect back on my experience during the pandemic, right? I was feeling different, right? Like, I was experiencing things that I had never experienced before, and the stress of it all. And again, acknowledging it, but then doing something about it. Like, I use the phrase, like, do a checkup from the neck up, right? Like, really check in
That.
with yourself and honor where you
Mhm.
are. And if you are feeling different than how you're used to feeling, it's okay. And it's necessary to ask for support, because I don't want you to end up in one of our centers, really. Like, if you hit our doors, life has gotten really extreme. I want you to take control and be preventative, right? And really own your emotions and treat your mental health just like you treat your physical health. I think we're so quick to raise our hands and go to the doctor right away. Like if we get the sniffles or we feel like we got the flu or God forbid COVID, right? Like we're quick to do something about that. We have to do the same for ourselves. And, I experienced, unfortunately, a season of burnout during the pandemic, right? So much going on, trying to wear all the crowns, right? Trying to do all the things, be the mom, be the wife, be the boss, be the team member, be the entrepreneur, because I have my own company too, doing all the things. And all of a sudden I'm like, where's my joy? Where is all, I've done all this. I have so much to be proud of. I have so much to be excited about. But at the same time, I almost felt guilty for not feeling good. And it took me a while again to recognize and be like, wow, these are like the stages and signs of burnout that I'm experiencing right now. Let's pause for the cause and do something about it, right?
See you next time at the Brave Table.